before it is too late and too bad. Okay, so now, you remember them. Why we say A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajeem, and it is confirmed order in the Quran and Sunnah. Before you read Quran, you have to say A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajeem. Why? Shaitan will come to you while you are reading Quran and make a lot of tweets. And some of them might be shirk. Some of them might be sinning. And that's why you need to say, I seek refuge, that I am going to be fully focused, concentrated in Quran and you and nothing else. He either going to bring you doubt or shirk from what Quran you read. From the Quran you read, will tell you, oh, this means this. This looks like this. Or why this?
First, when you say that, and then you start reading, in the middle of reading, you just find like, oh,
right? While you are in the middle of reading, if you get that tweet, you say, again. Even in your salah, if the shaitan comes to distract you in a bad way, you can say, A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajeem. Yes. And so, basically, you are asking Allah to send guard on the door that the shaitan comes in through. When you say A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajeem, there is a window door that is open, and you ask Allah send guard there to deter the shaitan from coming in. What are the doors and the window the shaitan comes in? 3 or 4? You remember them? You say, you remember. One of them is the desires. The desires is the door the shaitan comes from. And the second one is heedlessness. He gets you. When you are away from the consciousness of Allah, He gets you. And the third one is anger. These are 3 doors unguarded. And the shaitan comes through them anytime he wants. Except if you say, A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajeem, Allah sent angels to guard you from these. That the shaitan is not going to come through this. Now in the Quran specifically, you might just get really misguided and shirk when you read Quran. If you don't say A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajeem, you have the basics, you have the iman, you have the knowledge. And there are many, Allah said, Yaziduhum ama. Those who have shaitan with them, when they read Quran, they just got more misguidance, more confusion, more darkness.
Would you clarify a little bit on the desire?
Evil desires. Ill desires.
You know, Sheikh, what's the best thing I like shaitan? He tells me, go commit adultery, then he go tell somebody else, more did that. No, this is true.
Okay. فإذا قرأت القرآن فاستعذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس. When you listen to the translation of these, you seek refuge in 3 names of Allah. Rabb, Malik, Ilah. And these 3 of them, this is exactly what Fir'aun claims. He said, I am Rabb, I am Malik. And he said, I am what? أعوذ بالله قل أعوذ بالناس ملك الناس إله الناس. Yeah, he said ما علمت لكم من إله غيري. He claimed the first one, that I am your ilah. And he said أليس لي ملك مصر وهذه الأنهار. He claimed he is the king. قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس. So and he claimed also he is Rabb, because he said هذه الأنهار تجري من تحتي. أليس لي ملك مصر وهذه الأنهار تجري من تحتي. So there are some you myself, the shaitan wants to put in yourself that you have one of these qualities. You might say to your family, to your children, to somebody under your authority and power, you are the Rabb, and you are the Malik, and you are the God. Basically, Quran is supposed to guide you, but guide you if you are sincere, if you have taqwa, if you really seek the truth, and also have the knowledge to seek it from here. It's not just going to be that way. And we set barrier between me and the shaitan, then definitely the Quran will increase your iman and give you guidance. If not, you let the door open while you are reading Quran, it will get you a lot of whispers. Who is Allah? Who is created Allah? What is Allah? Allah like man, Allah like human being, Allah, and all of this shirk, all this guidance, all this bad, all these tweets and whispers bad to come to you. You have to seek knowledge about the concept of Allah, the way He described Himself. فإذا قرأت القرآن فاستعذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم إنه ليس له سلطان على الذين آمنوا وعلى ربهم يتوكلون. You want to be free of his power and authority and influence. Two things. Believe in Allah the right way, complete way, correct way, strong way, and then put your trust in Allah. Then you are going to be freed totally from any influence of the shaitan. إنما سلطانه على الذين يتولونه والذين هم به مشركون. Okay, we'll listen to the translation again and we'll move.
So when you recite Al-Quran, seek refuge with Allah Ta'ala from Shaitan, the outcast, Ar-Rajim. Verily, Shaitan has no power or authority over those who believe and put their trust in only Allah Ta'ala. His or Shaitan's influence authority is only over those who obey him and follow him and those who join partners with Allah Ta'ala.
One category that the shaitan has power on, the sinner. If you don't repent, the sin in you basically can bring the shaitan. There are people say they don't come to the masjid. You ask them why. They are ashamed. We have not come for long. We don't pray. So we just, that is the shaitan, how they take them further and further. Just don't go even to the masjid. You are bad, that is how the shaitan. So if you are sinning, really, shaitan, you are susceptible, vulnerable to his to grab you and take you further. And people really feel it is just, I can't. Why you can't? I'm bad. Well, it doesn't matter. If you are bad, that's the solution. Go to the masjid. You are bad and you stay away. How are you going to get good? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. But the shaitan makes it. And you find many. Just they don't want to face. And they keep going the wrong way and the wrong way. That is one of the group sinners. وَإِذَا بَدَّلْنَا آيَةً مَكَانَ آيَةٍ وَاللَّهُ أَعْلَمُ بِمَا يُنَزِّلُ قُلْ إِنَّمَا وَاللَّهُ أَعْلَمُ بِمَا يُنَزِّلُ قَالُوا إِنَّمَا أَنْتَ مُفْتَرٍ بَلْ أَكْثَرُهُمْ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ قُلْ نَزَّلَهُ رُوحُ الْقُدُسِ مِنْ رَبِّكَ بِالْحَقِّ لِيُثَبِّتَ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَهُدًى وَبُشْرَى لِلْمُسْلِمِينَ. Now this verses, two of them are related to the verse in Surah Al-Baqarah, replacement of verses or hukm of Allah in place of other ones. And when we were talking about the Surah ما ننسخ من آية أو ننسها نأتي بخير منها أو مثلها نأتي بخير منها أو مثلها ألم تعلم أن الله على كل شيء. Now, in very simple way, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has in Al-Lawh al-Mahfuz, the preserved book or tablet, has in it all rules and judgment and hukm and their amendment and their alternatives in details. Okay? Whatever ruling Allah sent to human, the origin of it is in Al-Lawh al-Mahfuz. At the same time, all other version of it, amendment of it, and also alternative to it, all there. He is all-knowing. We know only one, but He knows all of it. If to be amended, to be replaced, to be exchanged. And that is naskh, means copy one in place of the other ones. So, what happened? As we know, Allah said, they said to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, muftari. Well, let's do the translation. I don't know how he's going to translate muftari. Go ahead.
Inshallah. And when we changed a verse of the Quran in place of another, and Allah knows best what Allah sends down, they, the disbelievers, say, you, Ya Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, are but a muftari, a forger, a liar. Nay, but most of them know not.
Okay. Forger is liar. Yeah, I think that the forged something that's good. Okay, go ahead.
Nay, but most of them know not. Say, Ya Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Ruhu Qudus, Jibreel alayhi salam, has brought the Quran down from your Rabb with truth, that it may make firm and strengthen the faith of those who believe, and as a guidance and glad tidings to those who have submitted to themselves to Allah as Muslims.
Okay, so basically there were, during the life of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and prophets before, even Musa and others, where some rulings, some verses were replaced, and there are many ways. Either the verse, the statement is still there, but the injection of it being dismantled, or the recitation of that verse is taken away, but the injection are staying valid. So there is a ruling, it was coming from a verse, but the verse is not anymore to be recited in the Quran, and so on and so forth. So all of these, it was basically coming as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from, it is already there. Whatever I said, whatever, as we said, the ruling, its alternatives, its amendments, and modification, all are written in the preserved booklet, tablet, with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And according to the conditions of man, Allah gives them what is. Here the reason is this. He said, لِيُثَبِّتَ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَهُدًى وَبُشْرَى لِلْمُسْلِمِينَ. The purpose of that, three things, which is 102. قُلْ نَزَّلَهُ.
Say, Ya Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Ruhu Qudus, Jibreel alayhi salam, has brought the Quran down from your Rabb with truth, that it may make firm, 1, and strengthen, 2, the faith of those who believe, and as a guidance and glad tidings.
So for these purposes, that human being need that version or that amendment or that alternative instead of that, for the purpose of to increase iman, guidance, and to give them glad tidings or good news. That is the purpose. What is going to help human better? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala authorized Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam to copy the alternative, the amendment, the modified or the substitute verse instead of the original, and give it to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because human beings at these conditions, they need that alternative ruling or verse instead of the original one. So Jibreel is authorized to bring that. So it is, Muhammad ﷺ has nothing to do with it, basically. Now the key point is they think it's the Prophet ﷺ playing games with the Quran. Maybe he's making some ayat from his own mind or from his own skills and knowledge, and that's why they call muftari. He forged it, he just made it up. Because if it is from Allah, it should be that way and so on and so forth. Or there are some things were in the Torah, then Isa came and he said, I got to change it. There were many rulings during the Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. Isa came and he said, I'm going to ease on you these restrictions and make it lawful which was unlawful. And the reason behind these rigid rules during the Musa, because Bani Israel have earned that by themselves. Either one of them, they vow. You know what is vowing? Vowing? What is vowing?
Never.
Yeah. You know in English what is vowing? I vow that I am going to stand up every night and 2 rak'ah.
Pledge.
Kind of pledge, but with Allah. It is called nadr. Oath, vow, commitment, pledge to Allah that I'm going to do this. I'm not going to eat meat the rest of my life. Okay, then Allah said it is obligation. It is haram on you to eat meat anymore. Accepted your commitment and pledge, so it is unlawful to eat haram. So at the time of Musa, the children of Israel have gotten so many of these injunctions and rules and restrictions because of their behaviors. So, huh? Yeah, they asked for it and they committed and they said, we want this. So when Isa came, said, all of these I'm going to nullify them. I'm going to bring it back to the norm, to the original message of Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. During the life of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, only a few things like that. The verse say in Surah An-Nisa about committing adultery. A woman commit adultery. So at the early age, Allah said once everything is proven or she has admitted that, she just should be kept in house arrest until Allah makes a ruling or a way out for her. Provision. Then later in Surah An-Nur, Allah said, now this is how it is. If she is married, that is stoning. If she is not married, then is lashing. And this is, Allah said, this is final. Or in the Surah Al-Ma'idah said, you can drink, but don't come to the salah while you are drunk. Okay, you can drink where you can, but you cannot come to salah while you are drunk. Well, so the only time they can drink at that time after Isha. But sometimes they drink too much at Isha, then come to Fajr and they are drunk. And they do something wrong. So Allah sent later verses that just drinking is forbidden all the time. So it doesn't mean these gradual ruling means the Prophet is making them up. Or it is not from Allah. Or not Quran, not revelation. This is the progression of human practice and Iman needs that. It's required to gradually do that. They used to fast only one day a month, or 2 days a month, or 2 years. And then the second year Allah said, okay, you have to fast the whole month. They used to pray only 2 rak'ah in the morning and 2 rak'ah in the evening. And then that came when they came to Medina also, the end of the first year, second year, Allah said, you have to pray 5 times by the Isra and Mi'raj, actually before Hijrah. Allah told you have to pray 5 times, not anymore 2 rak'ah in the morning. So these replacement and substitute and building the Iman and the ruling, it doesn't mean that Allah doesn't know what He's doing or Muhammad is fabricating this. This is something needed, but as I said, all of this already written because Allah will know it. It's already written in اللوح المحفوظ, and only Jibreel authorized to copy either that or the alternative or the amendment or something substitute. Jibreel authorized to bring that.
Sheikh,
So,
just one quick do we misunderstand sometimes that we have among a good number of Muslims ayat safe? Well, you have to go force people because Iblis basically did away with the فَمَنْ شَاءَ
فليؤمن شاء فليكفر.
لا إكراه في الدين.
No.
There's a good majority, well, a good number of Muslims says, no, this was taken away by ayat safe. Would you explain that?
No. Well, you know what this ayat is saying?
Well, see, there are so many versions of it, we don't even know which one ayat safe. Supposedly, it's in Surah At-Tawbah, ayat 29, supposedly. قاتلوهم
ثقفتم. There is one in Surah Al-Baqarah too. Okay. Well, this is something else, but basically, yeah, related to the pagan Arabs. That's all.
See, I understand that, but a lot of Muslims,
Yeah.
they think
And the verse in Surah Al-Baqarah said no compulsion in religion. But also there is a verse in Surah Al-Baqarah said, find them wherever you find them unless they believe.
Right.
And also another one in Surah At-Tawbah, find them wherever you find them until they believe. So some will think, okay, well, this verse, find them wherever you find them until they believe, replaces the verse in Surah Al-Baqarah, which is no compulsion religion. So when you say replace, you have to have a proof and evidence. Okay? It's not you replace by yourself. Okay? It's not. So the proof and evidence, which one revealed first? Then the one that is revealed in the same issue later can, not always, can replace the older version. Okay? Or the circumstances has been changed, but that's what is it. So whatever those verses about saying, find them wherever you find them until you, this was related after the Fath of Mecca, related to the Quraysh and the Arabs who after Mecca being liberated still insisted to fight and bring back the old regime. They still wants to bring idols to the Kaaba and still wants the system to stay the way it was before liberating Mecca. There are people, they made a resistance and movement and armed and stood up. They want to bring the system the way it was. So Allah has given them a period of time, grace period of time. Say, you got this month and you have to think it and think about it. Either you quit what you are doing or something else. And Allah said, if the grace period is finished and they still want to restore Jahiliyyah and idols to the Kaaba, you find them wherever you find them.
Yeah, it can apply again, Sheikh.
It can be applied again.
This can be applied again, and you can see what happened in Egypt. It's a pure example, right?
There are people who stood up and we want to bring the old system, regardless.
Already brought the whole.
And not only that, we bring it forcefully, and anybody who will raise their hand will just chop them and get rid of them. Yes.
Speaking of the alcohol, I think the Allah's wisdom is infinite, and how they step down, they trick the mind of the people at that time. So here, like modern day, they call it on. Very few people can handle that whole turkey. It's a step down process.
It's a rehab process.
That's the rehab really today. What they do, take less, and then every day less, and every day less, until it's gone from your system, and then you are freed of it. That's exactly it.
They follow the famed philosophy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because you cannot change people in one day. When I'm alcoholic, when I go to rehab, they give me alcohol, but they reduce, and they cannot change instantly.
That's exactly what happened. And that's what the Quran said. That's the only way to get this kind of addiction away, by gradually reducing. So it's not a change in verse or hukm or the Prophet making something up, or Allah doesn't know. Allah created us and He knows this is how it's going to cure the problem. Okay. So we finished. وَلَقَدْ نَعْلَمُ أَنَّهُمْ يَقُولُونَ إِنَّمَا يُعَلِّمُهُ بَشَرٌ لِسَانُ الَّذِي يُلْحِدُونَ إِلَيْهِ أَعْجَمِيٌّ وَهَذَا لِسَانٌ عَرَبِيٌّ مُبِينٌ. That one, we're going to finish this one and we'll stop. Go ahead, 103.
And indeed, we know that the pagans, the mushrikeen, say it is only a human being who teaches him, Muhammad. The tongue of the man they refer to is foreign, while this Quran is in a clear Arabic tongue.
We have this accusation today that, well, Quran is just somebody copied few verses from the Bible and add to it something and then made it the Quran that way because there are so many things similar to what is in the Bible. Now let's go back again. We Muslims, as the Quran said, know nothing about something called Bible. We know something called Torah and something called Injil. And Torah and Injil are not the Old Testament nor the New Testament. They are not the Bible. And that's why they know this book is not the Torah, not the Injil. They themselves call it Bible. Because they know it is not. It is not, they don't have it. The Torah or the Injil, they don't have it. What they have, and they are calling it Bible. In Quran, there is nothing called Bible. In the Bible, there is nothing called Bible.
You know, Sheikh, Brother Michael said Bible means by volume, right?
Library, yeah.
Okay, so we are supposing we must believe in the Torah and the Injil. But we are not responsible for the Bible because it is unrecognized term, word collection. It might have some verses from the Torah or from the Injil, but I just until you tell me for sure which one which, I'm not going to take any of it. Until you are able to authentication that one and lead me through a chain of narrations that is confirmed this verse really was in the Injil or the Torah. Until you do so, I'm not supposed to believe in any of this Bible at all.
Is Old Testament is the
Same thing. That's why they know this is not the Torah nor the Injil, and that's what they call it, either the Bible or Old Testament and New Testament. They might have, I mean we cannot for sure say no, they might have some verses truly coming from the Torah and from the Injil, but we have no means to investigate for sure which one which. If you have a means to, as I said, to trace the narration, who said so and when, until it is confirmed this came from the Torah and Musa said it or Allah said it, I don't believe in it.
Sheikh, there is a series coming these days, and today I think it will be at History Channel, a series called D Bible. That is a must see, and it tells you how the Bible is made.
Right, but what I'm trying to say that we make a big mistake when we say we believe in the Bible.
Yeah,
we don't believe in the Bible.
I agree with you. Yeah,
We believe in Torah and Injil.
Yeah, we brought in Torah.
Maybe what you have has some of it, but you cannot tell me which one.
And actually they will trace it back, who made what changes, why they made it, what
Right.
they wanted what, how they made it happen.
And-
And it's all keep going.
And also, we cannot say Bible or Old Testament and New Testament equal to Torah and Injil. That is, when the translation here will say Torah and said Old Testament and Injil, this is a lie. This is a big slander.
So which one is the closer, Old Testament or New Testament?
No, absolutely not the New Testament.
I don't know. They don't know themselves. I don't know either.
I read somewhere they burned
If you ask them
the Old
what is the
Testament
portion
and
from
they are
Torah
in
and
the
Injil.
New Testament.
I don't know, and we don't have to worry about it. We have the Quran. And the Quran has everything in it.
Isn't Injil the
Injil is the book given to Isa alayhi salatu wasalam.
Okay.
Yeah, and Tawrat, the book given to Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. And these are the one we believe in, and we cannot say all the New Testaments are equal or same or translation of the Tawrat or the Injil. We cannot that. And so we leave it the way it is. This is the book you believe in, fine with me, but I'm not obligated to believe in any of it, because some of it true, some of it really not true from the Bible or the Injil. And you have no way, I have no way to investigate that except what? Except
It's in the Quran.
if we follow the Quran. Then if we follow the Quran, we'll take the Bible and see what consistent with the Quran, then it must be true verse. What contradict the Quran must be false. If you want to take that, that's fine. And you're going to end up with the Quran. Why you have to?
You know, Sheikh, I have been told by many people, Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam took some from Torah and Zabur and make his own Quran.
Well, now that is the key point that we went through. How someone will talk about the universe, about the sun, about the rain, about the wombs, about the fertile zygo eggs. How someone at that time where it is darkness, most people don't write or read, how they can talk about it?
But Sheikh, all these things are not mentioned in Torah and Zabur, it is only mentioned in Quran.
Well, there is nothing much in the Torah and Zabur. The scientific miracles of the Bible there is none. Really. Okay, so that is, and the other things also, what we see, as we said, every word in the Quran with all its dimensions and meaning, the absolute truth. Science, reality, confirmed it, and no whatsoever way you can find any contradiction. Because just that very simple logic, Allah is the creator. This universe is His action. And this Quran is His word. And His word must be consistent, 100% with His actions. Never inconsistency can be found. Wallahu a'lam. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. We'll go back to this 103 next week, and we'll see you inshallah next week. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. But we are coming close.